Hey folks, this is Dan and I am unboxing today the MSI Gaming Z Geforce GTX 1080 card. I've been excited, been waiting for this card for a while now. This is one of the fastest factory overclocked versions of the relatively new Pascal Nvidia 1080 cards from MSI. Unlike the Gaming X, the Gaming Z is a little faster in clock speeds and features a backplate with a customizable RGB lighting system. But basically, for those of you, such as myself, that really don't want to fine-tune or tweak your systems, but want to benefit from the clocking, this comes with a factory overclock amongst the highest of the non-reference 1080 cards. This, like all other ones, has a standard new 1080 Pascal chipset, 8 gigs of GDDR5X memory, and the nice thing about this is of the fastest performing cards, this is a 2-slot card, so I think there's one faster by Palit. But that takes up 2.5 slots. I've had the 980 GTX cards previously, and one of the nice things I like about the MSI cooling fans is that I had great success with a silent rig. While I only use the 3D cards occasionally for, occasional gaming, most of the time I do not want to overheat my room, nor with 4 systems in my office here, create a lot of noise. And the 980 have run silent in a couple of my computers here, and by initial reviews, such as from Guru 3D, the 1080 should not disappoint. So let's go ahead and unbox this. This was available in the United States, it seems, only with Newegg. It's been in and out of stock. However, the Z model, I think, is going under the radar here, because I noticed that the X, which is slower in clock, is actually getting outsold and going higher by even $100, $150 on Newegg by third-party sellers, whereas Newegg seems to be holding their stock on the Gaming Z model, because I don't think people realize that there's a distinction. Well, the distinction, that being said, has been negligible according to initial benchmarks. This is one of the selling points that I'm looking at here. The silent fans in the Frozer 6 models here is something that I am very confident with MSI, as I've had good products, or good experience with their products before. So let's take a look at what our box has here. So, outside box, MSI standard gaming box. I miss back in the day when, Voodoo and 3DFX made cards. It seems like they had pre-bundled games and whatnot. These days they come more and more unembellished, if you will. Let's see what we have here. I don't even know what this is. It's probably like driver. Yeah, installation discs. Always go download NVIDIA's reference drivers. This is beneficial because, from what I've read in reviews, the actual app to tune the colors on the backplate is preloaded here, or something that you can download from MSI's site. A couple of decals. I don't know what I would do with these. Quick reference guide, I think, for installation. Pretty self-explanatory if you're in the market for this product. Hopefully you know what you're doing, as this ain't cheap. MSRP on this product is $749, which marks up a pretty premium over the initial MSRP. Thank you, register your product. You should register your product, because oftentimes these video card manufacturers will have an extended warranty, or a basically truncated warranty, unless you register your card, and it has to be done usually within a few days of purchase. So this card, right off the bat, wow, it's a big one. It is not a small card. In fact, I think this is bigger than our 980 cards. But for the size of this card, This offers potentially twice the performance in a single slot. And I had previously 980s and SLI. I realized SLI really doesn't do too much of anything these days, and a single slot is nicer. You can see this back plate. You can feel this back plate. Feels like it's all encasing this. Interesting. The logo is upside down. Probably presumably because you're mounting your card up, and MSI wants you to see this dragon in there. Got two SLI options here on the 1080s. This actually does only two-way SLI if you really wanted to. And it looks like the power we have a 6-pin and an 8-pin. 6-pin, 8-pin. There we go. Connectors there, just in case you want to overclock. This is possible. There we have the twin Frozer 6 heat pipes, and this looks pretty durable. We're transitioning more and more to DVI, or sorry, less from DVI, more to DisplayLink. So it looks like we have an HDMI, 2 standard DisplayLink, 3 DisplayLink options here. And as you know, the new chipset here can drive multiple independent monitors in a reference angle configuration. If you have a multi-monitor system, this corrects for basically distortion and allows a wider angle of view. That's something touted with this newest generation of graphics. For those of you fortunate enough to have VR, this chipset also should deliver flawless and seamless VR performance. I'm just excited to get this in the system. Let's see if we can plug it in. This is an unboxing of the MSI Gaming Z card, which is a GTX 1080 Nvidia Pascal card with this backplate. Let's see if we can get this in the system, show you some of the colors, give you some performance metrics as well. Thanks for looking at the unboxing.